In TF2, there are a lot of weapon types. It's a staple of games like it, and it varies the usage and playstyle of each loadout. You have normal guns like the scatter gun or grenade launcher, healing and support items like the medigun, more class-specific PDAs, and even food items like the sandwich. But there's one category that isn't very fleshed out: throwables. There are few classes that have them, the main one being Scout, who has 2, 4 counting the Sandman and Rap Assassin. However, there is a subcategory of throwables that only 3 items fit into: bodily fluids. Sniper has his piss, Pyro has his farts, and Scout has his milk. The question I was wondering was, what if all of TF2's classes used their bodily fluids? What would they even do? That's what I set out to answer. Also, this video is going to be completely non-serious, so I will be throwing out most basic balancing philosophies. Not that Valve had any in the first place. Don't take anything I say in this video too literally. Seriously, there are some really bad ideas. Anyways, let's get into it. First up is Scout, who already has his milk, so I'm skipping him. Next is Soldier. He was probably one of the hardest to think up a concept for. I mean, what bodily excrement would a World War II soldier even use? What would it do? Well, I decided to solve the second question first. When you get splashed by the liquid, it would put you in the same state as the gas passer. But instead of igniting when you take damage, you explode. Maybe 50 damage or so would do. I couldn't really think of a good bodily fluid, so Soldier's sweat will have to do. Pyro already has one, so Demoman is our next subject. And there's really only one thing I can give him: a bottle of whiskey. Now you may be thinking, alcohol isn't a bodily fluid, how can he use it? Well, Demoman has actually drunk so much alcohol that his body thinks any other food is poison. The amount of whiskey he would have had to drink to do this probably has made his blood alcohol level skyrocket past the lethal level, which means his blood is basically alcohol. That's my bullshit logic and I'm sticking to it. As for what it would do, this took me a while to think. In the end, I decided to throw away all balance and reasoning. When you get hit by the whiskey, your screen would turn tinted brown. You would also have all team colors be gray. That makes it so that you can't see who is on your team and who isn't. This would add a ton of chaos to the game and basically make it unplayable, so you would probably need a mechanic like the gas passer. I think if your team communicates well, it should be counteracted. This gives comp players a chance so they don't instantly die the moment they get drunk. This is also a very bad idea and I hope it never comes to fruition. If Sniper already has a jar of piss, why can't Heavy have the other excrement? Basically, my idea for this one is when you get splashed, all items that need to recharge, most throwables, food items, sodas, and demo night shields, get a debuff. I don't know what it would be, but maybe 50% recharge speed penalty. You also can't use said items. My logic was that after getting splashed by Heavy's literal liquid shit, no one would have an appetite to eat anything. Of course, you can negate the effect by getting healed. I swear, this is a good idea. And this isn't the most unbalanced one. Not even close. Next up is Engineer. 2 words: motor oil. I swear, it makes sense. Engineer has a robot arm and he probably uses motor oil in it, which means as part of his body and is a body fluid. I'm right, you're wrong. Anyways, when you get splashed by the motor oil, you take more damage from his sentry. I think this would be a good idea as it would punish people overextending into a sentry, but if they had a medic, the effects would mostly be negated. This would help engineers keep their nest up and not have some random soldier come out of nowhere and destroy everything. But if an entire team coordinated a push with multiple competent medics, they can easily bypass the debuff. Medic is the class who inspired this video. Currently, Medic is the only class with healing capabilities, other than the dispenser, but is lacking in the overall support category. Medic's blood in a jar would heal teammates in the radius, not by much, but enough to negate afterburn, bleed, etc. When you splash it on enemies, however, they cannot be healed from any source for, let's say, 5 seconds. This would give one team a massive advantage, but it would be a great stalemate breaker. I think this should be another deal damage to recharge one. This makes it so you have to plan when to use it, who to use it on, and coordinate with your team to push into the point as you use it. I have no idea how unbalanced this would be, but it's a fun idea. This is by far the craziest, most unbalanced of my ideas, but fuck it. My video, my rules. When you splash the liquid on your teammates, they become invisible for 10 seconds. As for what it would be, this took me a while to think. I mean, what would Spy even use? Oh, saliva works. Anyways, I think this idea would be completely fine and definitely not ruin the balance of the entire game. This has been the weirdest video I have ever done, but it was fun thinking of new weapons instead of reviewing existing ones. Again, this is basically a massive joke, so don't get too mad in the comments. If you liked the video, make sure to like and maybe even consider subscribing. If you have more ideas or just have an idea for a topic I should cover, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching.